Hey there, my name's Graham and welcome to Vino V. I'm sure you've heard of wine pairing before, right? Normally you'd pair some nice wine, some nice food, mix the flavours up and create something beautiful. Well, today we're going to be doing exactly that, except not with food. We're going to be pairing wine and music. So the wine we're going to start with is called the Merry Sunbury Shiraz. That is this wine here. It's made in South Australia in the Victoria region, and it's quite a nice wine. And what we have here is a wine that is charitable, that's friendly, bouncy, fun, joyful Shiraz. The wine itself is a collaboration between an artist, Hannah Fox, and the Hairy Arm Wine Company. As for the song, we're going to be pairing this wine with an Australian song. Australian Shiraz, Australian song, makes sense. And this song, believe it or not, is called the Wine Song. I know. This song is by a band called the Cat Empire. They've been around for about 20 years making Latin fusion, jazz, ska, funk music. This song, the Wine Song, and this wine, the Merry Sunbury Shiraz, are a perfect pairing. So let's get into the music, let's taste some of the wine and see what happens. Let's go. This guy looks like he's having so much fun playing that music. I mean, look at him, he's like moving around, he's swaying, he's got a little grin on his face. Compared to the actual recorded version of this song, this piano intro doesn't exist, so this is new to me too. And yeah, this is completely blowing me away right away. I love the artistry going on in here too. This guy is playing with the tempo, he's not really sticking to any one particular beat. He's moving around, he's swaying with the music. And that tells me that he's really listening to his heart. He's really feeling the music as it goes through him. In that respect, it feels quite whimsical to me. Like I'm kind of already thinking of an animated sequence. Like, you know, in nature documentaries where you get the fast forward of time and you get clouds scraping across the sky. And in amongst all of this, you've got this cute little bumblebee that we're following along, an animated bumblebee, and he goes through this meadow and lands on a grapevine, and as the time speeds up, grapes burst from the buds and leaves pop out of the vines. It's got that whimsical, slightly flighty, slightly fluffy, very cute touch to it that I really love. Let's keep going. That's definitely the bumblebee. Amazingly done. If you've ever gone to a live gig before and you see the instrumentalists kind of having a bit of a play, and then they slowly start to weave in some notes and chords that you're a bit more familiar with, and it triggers that recognition in the crowd, like, hang on a second, I know what's coming. They're going to play that song. And you heard it just there. The crowd goes wild, they start screaming and shouting, they're ready. The anticipation builds. This guy wove that in together so expertly. He's not just playing the piano here, he's playing the crowd as well, and it is something to behold. I mean, what a talent. Let's keep going.
Songs and melodies change and change and sway, but they still stay the same. The songs that we sung when the dark days come are the songs that we sung when we chased them away.
I'm gonna have to pause there, I'm sorry. Songs and melodies change and sway, but they all still stay the same. That is wine, isn't it? It's uncanny how these two things are linking straight away. Songs and wine as expressions of creativity, I think, do have a lot in common. Take, for example, wine. A wine, it sways and changes all the time. From vintage to vintage, the wine is always a little bit different. Even in every bottle, there's some nuance and distinction that can separate them. And of course, even within a particular grape variety, you can get so many expressions of that grape variety. So wines do sway and change. But like you said, but still something stays the same. And I think that thing that stays the same is sort of the core of the personality of the wine. And I think that could be broken down into three things. You've got the grape. Like every grape, no matter how much you play with it, will have a core character that really defines it. You've got the terroir, or the geography of the vineyard, that is expressing itself through the grape and through the wine. And finally, you've got the winemaker, the person who works in tandem with nature, brings their creativity to it, and expresses something of who they are as well. And they have a core personality as well that they're going to express through it too. So yeah, I mean, he's totally right. Songs and melodies change, but something always stays the same, and that is absolutely true for this as well.
I ever found a part of gold, I buy bottles untold of the nectar of the vines, 'cause I'm gonna die with a twinkle in my eye. I sang songs, spun stories, laughed and drank wine. Tomorrow is another day. The cats are out to play. That old rusty spaceship wants to sail into the Milky Way again on a river. On a river of red wine.
That voice, my God. I loved that moment where the reverberation of the voice in this venue suddenly starts to bounce back, and you get this kind of echo of it. He's got a trumpet-like voice, which is perhaps not a coincidence. He is a trumpet player as well. But you know how trumpets have that real sort of hard edge that cuts right to the core. It gets under your skin and it's visceral and it makes you feel stuff. His voice when he starts singing like that is just oof. And to go back to some of those lyrics as well, he is talking about a few different things here. Like one of the things he says is, the songs that we sing when the dark days come are the songs that we sing when we chase them away. And then he carries on, if he had a pot of gold, he'd buy rivers untold of the nectar of the wine, because he's going to die with a twinkle in his eye, because he sung songs, spun stories, loved love and drank wine. This song speaks to me on so many levels. It is unashamedly bohemian in its spirit. It's all about creativity, the twinkle in the eye, the elevation of the mind and spirit when you have a little bit of tipsy feeling inside of you. Let's get back to this unashamedly bohemian song.
Run, 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 run. Let's have some fun, 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 fun. Well, ching, 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 ching. Toast to the sun, 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 sun. Run, 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 run. Let's have some fun, 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 fun.
think this is a great opportunity to talk about the wine as well. That bouncy quality of the music really, really pairs perfectly with this. This Shiraz is rich, plummy, bouncy, juicy goodness. It has a lot of intense fruit flavours. There's definitely plum and red cherry in there. There's a little bit of black pepper spice and a tiny hint of vanilla that's kind of making it smooth and sway and just, absolutely delicious. But by far its most noticeable characteristic is the absolute rambunctiousness of it. It is just lively, invigorating. It pairs with this song so well, with that kind of changing tempo and the walking bass lines and the speeding up of the kind of motifs of the song. It dazzles. The wine dazzles, and this song goes with it perfectly. Let's keep going.
In summer, the bushfires rage and rage and rage on such beautiful days, and we fight them with water that runs through the cracks. Water we're desperately trying to save, so I'll just live on wine and water my vines and sleep on the wind with the fires right behind, and swim on the beaches, sing through the night. I will cry past the wine, past the wine, past the wine. Tomorrow is another day. The cats are out to play, the old rusty spaceship wants to sail into the Milky Way again on a river of rain.
I don't know if it was an artistic choice or not, but I love the way the lighting on him in that moment is a plum wine colour. It's either divine providence or someone was really thinking about the context of this song and matching it with the lights. Who knows which one it was, but it really, really exemplifies what we're hearing here. I think great choice of lighting. There was another thing in there that I thought was super interesting lyrically. He talks a little bit about how the devastating bushfires rage and how water in Australia is such a scarce and precious thing. And that's a difficult situation, but when you drink wine, you get back to that kind of twinkly-eyed feeling, you get to your community, you get to dancing and singing and just being in that moment. As he says, tomorrow is another day. And I think that's a really beautiful reminder of being mindful and being present moment focused. In every moment it can be either good or hard, sometimes it can be both, but living with each moment as it comes, not trying to spend too much time in the future worrying about stuff, or too much time in the past wondering what you could have done better. Be here, be now. And I think wine and music are perfect reminders of that. They grab you and they pull you into this moment with their flavours, with their distinctiveness, with their transience, and they remind you that no two moments are ever the same. Tomorrow is another day, so let's play. Beautiful messaging, beautiful messaging.
Run, 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 run. Let's have some fun, 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 fun.
How fun does it look to be in that crowd?
Drink, 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 drink. Toast to the sun, 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 sun. Run, 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 run. Let's have some fun, 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 fun.
I'm pausing before it gets a bit instrumental here, because there's another Australian connection that it's kind of bringing to mind. This is an Australian band. This is an Australian Shiraz. They obviously have a little bit of like a Latin funk, almost even gypsy music vibe in this song, which is super cool, and I think it really goes well with the content of the music. But also it reminds me a little bit of the film Moulin Rouge. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but if you remember the first 15 minutes, it's frenetic and bouncy and vibrant and chaotic and visceral and extreme, and it goes from fast to slow and round, and it's crazy, but it gives such a sense of fun, of joy, of an abundance of silliness, and the bohemian spirit. It talks about it in that film. Coincidence or not, that was directed by an Australian, Baz Luhrmann. So I don't know, I've never been, and I don't know a huge amount of Australian people, but I wonder if there is something about that culture that is, fun, a little bit bouncy, a little bit creative, people who like to sing and dance and live the good life with the twinkle in their eye. And on that note, let's keep going. Two notes here. Firstly, mouth organ, and then also this singer is just whistling along like he's an instrument himself, which I'm super jealous about. I mean, I've never been able to whistle. God knows I've tried. This is awesome, playful stuff. The way they are on stage together, the smiling and the energy, it's infectious. It makes you want to talk and celebrate. Let's keep going. Bit of the voice in there as well as an instrument, very cool. That face of his there. I think it's fair to say, isn't it, that this guy clearly loves his trumpet. I would even go as far as to say he likes that trumpet perhaps even more than I'm enjoying this wine right now, which is saying something. That smile, he just looks like a big happy balloon. Let's keep going.
Oh, what a beautiful day, today to celebrate. Grab your bucket, grab your spade. We're heading down to Half Moon Bay. I saw a plane go into a cloud. I'm drunk, I'm happy, I'm singing, I'm loud. 2 o'clock in the hour, but hey, that's so loud. I'm having a good time, and oh, that I am.
You've got this sense of time speeding up, certainly in some of the chorusy moments, time slowing down as he kind of sings his slower lines. And it really reminds me again of that feeling of being in the moment with a glass of wine and friends. I'm sure you've had the same experience, when you have a really profound moment of maybe love or communion with a close friend or a lover or whoever, and time stops almost and seems to stretch deep into the horizon, almost endlessly. And then at other times you can be dancing and you can be singing and you can be bopping around, and time speeds up and has a party with you. It goes with the music, and it gets frenetic too. Time feels fluid, perceptively, I think, and particularly when you've had a glass of wine and you've got that twinkle in your eye, time does wax and wane like the phases of the moon and becomes very much a part of the experience. It dances with you. This music encapsulates that perfectly. I mean, I have to say, I love music that musically represents what the song is about. It doesn't happen all that often, but when you get a song that actually sounds like the subject, that is pure artistry right there. I mean, he's not just talking about wine and the enjoyment of wine. The song sounds like it too. It feels like that kind of night. It feels like that kind of community vibe, that party atmosphere. That is truly exceptional creativity right there. And I think if I had a hat, hats off to those guys for really, really pushing the boat out with this song and making something special. I think we've still got a little bit left to go, so let's keep going, and I'll try not to pause it anymore.
You never know what's gonna happen, people. You might get back to your car tonight and the window's been smashed in and all your gadgets have been stolen. So let's enjoy this moment while we can, right now.
Amen to that. There's that mindfulness point again.
Theft insurance from an unlocked vehicle. And we're just gonna speed it up.
Oh, he's got his trumpet. That voice. Amazing. I've loved that song for a long time. Watching the live version is even better. It makes you really wish you was there in that crowd having a good time with them all. But even vicariously through the video, it was really an epic experience listening to that. And pairing it with this wine, I mean, talk about a match made in heaven. So I hope you've enjoyed this video today, pairing wine and music. Maybe you've done it many times before, and if you have, please let me know what you've come up with. I would love to hear about any pairings that you have found in terms of good wines, good songs, and how they've gone together for you. And if you've never tried it before, go give it a go. Go find some songs you like, go find some wines you like, and see how they match up or maybe don't match up. This certainly won't be the last time that I do a wine and music pairing. So if you have any particular songs you'd like me to explore or any particular wines you'd like me to explore, do leave a comment. Otherwise, I'm just going to choose something really cool. So anyways, congratulations to the Cat Empire for giving me a really good time there, and to the Merry Sunbury Shiraz for really complementing that song perfectly. Both beautiful examples of creativity and Australian spirit. Have a good time. See you soon.